Oh yes, no get one was nana. Biafra now. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. In Urobo dialect and Isoko. Nnamdi Kanu. Lucky star is sinking, sinking, Udogu, Ekpa. Amorotomo agbada gbururu. Amorotomo agbada gbururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Yeruwe yo withowe salon. Mr. Go with the same the freedom you brought to do well for us. Mr. Go with the same no. Amorotomo agbada guru. PM Simon Joko. You have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Amorutamo agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amorutamo agbada guru. Soko with the sedo. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the food that we eat. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sendo. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sendo. Paradigm say you are so good. Anna, wabadaburu. Amorotomo agbadaburu. Amorotomo agbadaburu. Urobisoko with the sendo. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even lucky star, you did say do. You do well, oh, you did say do. Ricky star, you do well, oh. We salute you, oh, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, oh. You are so good. Amorotomo, agbadaburu. I am in tears of joy. For your good one cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbada Guru. Ewo, Bisoko
Those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. You do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Poroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra, when the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. Oh, when the Poroku, Makamwero Wangi, oh, when the Puruchekwa, Makamwero Biafra, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Okeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Oh, Amadike no na donjon, Mugekweki Eremeyae. Odike, Mosike, Rurajobalike, Biko Kulien, Okeruo, Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in SI, Master Simon M. It want to smooth straight Gabani Naibu. Nobody has done on my Ebudo or Guinea. Wasi Simon Epa, Emesu Okwere, Onyendu. Iye Gamadi Keruo, Imapa Simon Epa Wujie. Iye Gamadi Keruo, Simon Epa Watatatapo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwikwere Onyendu Kine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you. Prime Minister Meloni, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you. Anina, I will follow you. I will follow you. The question is this: if Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Okwe Bucharangui, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea.
Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Nobu, Atakata, Kaina, Ojuda, Uwe, Kwipolonyendu, Guinea, Menata.
I am 50 men, oh yes, and it's a cross. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, for Prime Minister Meloni, Aniga Manuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, for Simon Meloni. Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Moroka Biarole. Iye Gamadi Keruo, Biafra Republic Government Awuchie. Iye Gamadi Keruo, Commander General Lekweshiri. General Rapotuso, Sona Atakatawo. Commander Holy
Maka Biafra, we're putara anyị onye ndu here Simon Eba
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Bafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. I
want you to understand that I will never betray Nnamdi Kanu. I will never betray Biafra. I don't need to say this, because nobody brought me into the struggle. Nnamdi Kanu did not bring me into the struggle. Nobody did. I came as directed by the Spirit of God into the struggle and started doing things on my own before I was recognized by Nnamdi Kanu. And I tell you, like I used to tell people in the secret, my plan was never to take oath in IPOB. My plan was never to take oath. I wanted to prove to Biafrans that you do not need to take oath to contribute to the freedom of your own people. So that was my plan. But along the line, something changed. Nnamdi Kanu himself requested me to take that oath for one specific reason, for one reason. And that reason touched me. And that was how I took oath. I want to make this thing, build this particular background today for people to understand. And I have told you people that I will be the last person, your last bus stop, whoever you are. I will be your last bus stop in this struggle for Biafra. Once you are not genuine, once you are, you are out to destroy this Biafra movement, I will be your last bus stop. God will use me to stop you. It is not by my power, but that is the way it is. Now, I want to make it very clear.
I welcome Biafrans to this emergency meeting of the Brigade cabinet members. I welcome all the cabinet members here present, both at home and cabinet members in the de facto government. I welcome and thank our Biafra Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces that are on ground doing the needful to ensure that the restoration of Biafra is not tampered with by anybody, by any government, foreign or local. Our determination to redeclare Biafra between November 29th and December the 2nd, but in Finland and in de facto homeland, is a task that every Biafran, every individual listening here today must be involved in. As the previous speakers have noted, our able Prime Minister, Obatobia, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, will be with us in a very few period. This is just a short delay that will in no way affect what we are doing, demean our spirit, or hamper our resoluteness to restore Biafra on 2nd December. His Excellency, I greet you. I thank you for the wonderful job you are doing to restore Biafra. I thank you for your resilience. I thank you for not cowing in or trying to negotiate. That is the spirit of Sisu. Every single individual here in Biafra government goes with that spirit of Sisu. We are more determined now than before for the restoration of the independent state of Biafra on 2nd December 2024. Nothing in this life, absolutely nothing will deter us. Nothing will stop us. So on this note, I want to bring to the notice of all Biafrans that our Prime Minister is safe and sound, very healthy in Finland, attending to these issues that usually most of us know. The terrorist state of Nigeria will always try in one way or the other to bribe their way into all the different foreign countries, to bribe their way into places like United Nations, African Union, to bribe their way into every internationally established community or organization. The Nigerian government, using the Europeans, using the United Kingdom as part of their deal, will always try to disrupt, will always try to tamper with the restoration of Biafra, United States of Biafra. But I want to tell everybody listening here today that the power that Nigerian government has, where they stop is where this government begins. I need them to know that our Excellency, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic, Simon Ekpa, has already led a full structure for the restoration of Biafra. Nobody on earth will stop that. We are both at home and we are abroad. Biafra will be restored from diaspora. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has laid the structure by introducing His Excellency Simon Ekpa to be in charge of this ship where we are right now. And that ship is on course. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, or you all should remember, he is with the Nigerian DSS today because of what we are doing. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, has said, instead of Biafra not to come, Nigeria will be burned to ashes. And I promise you today, instead of Biafra not to come, we, every single individual in Biafra government, in all the structures that our PM has laid down, we will burn Nigeria down. And any country, both international and in homeland, that tries to tamper, that tries to intervene, that tries to stop this restoration, that country will get the brunt of Biafrans. So I thank you all for coming here today. Like our Honorable Uche has explained to us what happened in Finland. Our Prime Minister, His Excellency Simon Ekpa, has been invited by the Finnish local authorities to volunteer information on what is going on. And our PM has always said he is looking for this opportunity for the government to officially know that Biafrans cannot continue to stay in a country where President Tinubu and Nigerian leaders reintegrate and rehabilitate non-terrorists into the Nigerian police and the Nigerian military and the Nigerian Air Force and custom, and they continue to kill our people. Our Prime Minister has looked forward to this particular moment with few innocent Biafrans that were taken by the Finland authority. They were invited to come, according to them. They were involved in money, they were making donations, they were funding terrorism. All of you listening to me today, who is the biggest terrorist country we have in the world? Who is among the biggest terrorists? Who is the government that are killing Christians in their numbers? Who is the government reintegrating terrorists? Who is the government that's creating two types of laws? One Sharia in the northern part of Nigeria and then the regular in the south. Who is the government that invited all the different type of terrorists you have? They have their base in Nigeria today. Who is the government that is inviting Hamas and Hezbollah and inviting them to Abuja to come and partner with them? Who is the government when election is conducted? Somebody will go behind the scene and switch the election. They'll carry the election bus and they will steal it. Who is the government doing that? And now they are saying our PM is inciting. Let them know that Biafra is a nation. Our PM is defending Biafrans by the second. Our PM has noted that the way it is done before, where we Biafrans, we just sit, we watch, and these terrorists will come and kill us, kill our mothers, rape our women, kill our children, take away our boys and girls. That is what our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has vowed to stop. And he has vowed with his life. All of us Biafrans in the Brigade Cabinet, the Federal Homeland, the Biafran Liberation Forces, the Biafran Army, we have vowed with our life. We are going to continue this same call, this same place that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has. Nobody will stop that. I want to let Biafrans know that our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa has set all the structures in place for Biafra restoration from the beginning to the end. So taking him or removing him to go and ask him questions to delay or to disrupt our Finland convention for the next 1 or 2 weeks, it is not going to have any effect. Rather, it is going to make all Biafrans more determined in the restoration of the independent state of Biafra. We are a full-fledged country. We have met all the criteria for a full-fledged country. We conducted our referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted for the independent state of Biafra. We've conducted different topics, we did a Twitter poll where 98% of Biafrans want to exit Nigeria because Nigeria is a killing ground. No sensible person in the world, no sane leader, no individual that has his or her honest right will ever support the existence of a killing ground called Nigeria, where people are killed in their thousands every single day. No sane leader will support that. So anything that Nigerian government is doing, anything the local Finland authorities is doing, I want to assure them that inviting our Prime Minister or delaying him or making him not to be part of the Finland Convention, which he holds dear to his heart, that will not stop nothing. We are the people. The power belongs to us. The laws of self-determination allow us to rule ourselves, to determine who is going to be our leader. And Biafrans have done that clearly over the past 2 years after they kidnapped and renditioned our leader, Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. He is right now in Nigeria DSS dungeon. They did that because they think that when they take our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, there will be nothing about Biafra anymore. That was their wish. That was their thoughts. And now they are partnering with the local authorities in Finland to invite our prime minister to disrupt our Finland convention. And let me ask everyone listening to me, if the rendition of our leader Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, if that didn't work, what made Nigerian government think that inviting someone by the local police in Finland will work? They know it's not going to work. It's even going to get worse. It's going to get more brutal because we are determined for Biafra restoration. Nobody can stop that. We are all aware that all these are all the crooks perpetuated by the Nigerian government to disrupt what we are doing. And I want to ask Biafrans, before I finalize my talk, let me ask you, when has self-determination, when has the right of a people to rule themselves, when has it become a crime? When has it become terrorism? The world watches. Biafrans, every weekend, we have to raise money. The reason we raise money is because Nigerian government uses reintegrated terrorists to continue to kill our people. They make our youth disappear forcefully. People are taken away from Biafra land and they dump them in prisons in the north, in the west. No, without any justice, without any lawyer. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya by the same Nigerian government, by the same people that went to complain to the local authorities in Finland about our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Our leader was renditioned from Kenya. United Nations set up a committee and told Nigerian government to release our leader Nnamdi Kanu. They refused to do that. 3 law courts in Nigeria has told Nigerian Tinubu government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorist government run by Nigeria refused to release him. And now they think without releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if they incarcerate our PM briefly, that is going to make any change. Just think their major reason is to make sure that we take away our PM Simon Ekpa briefly, and then there will be no declaration of Biafra. Hell, oh my goodness. If they know how Biafrans are prepared this time, they will just leave our leader within the next 30 minutes. Because what is coming both to Nigeria and to any international country that participates, become part of anything to disrupt the restoration of Biafra, they will get themselves killed. On that note, I thank Biafrans. I want to let you all know our PM is hell and happy. It is just a brief disruption to our plans, which is not going to affect anything in any way. I want all the 40 states of Biafra to be resolute, more than ever at this time. The Biafra Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces, now is the time to be more resolute. Our PM has given instruction. Any terrorist in Nigeria, any Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian Air Force, anything wearing Nigerian uniform inside Biafra land, they are the reintegrated terrorists that Nigeria want to use to kill and stop Biafra. So the Biafra Defense Forces, from this moment, you must increase whatever you have been doing. This is the time to increase it towards our final restoration. Our demands are very, very clear. Remove all the terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform in Biafra land. Secondly, release our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Again, whatever investigation you are doing with our Prime Minister, you need to release him ASAP, because what he is doing is saving our lives. We must be alive for our freedom. So anything, anybody, all the terrorists in Biafra land, From this moment, just be aware that the forces we are going to release as a government from today is going to be very, very deadly. Because you cannot come to our land, kill us, and then go free. We must defend ourselves. This order is from our PM. Nobody can stop that. What we are doing is what United Nations has given us the right to do, the right to self-determination. Nobody can take that away from us. We have met all the criteria to be a nation. We have a geographical area. We have the 40 states in Biafra with all the administrators in charge in Homeland. We have created alliances with nations. We have lobbies that are working for us. We've met all the criteria as a nation. They killed us before, between 1967 and 1970. After the war, they gave all Biafrans only 20 pounds, regardless of how much you have in your bank account. Some Biafrans have millions of dollars, millions of pounds in their account. They gave Biafrans, every single Biafran, only 20 pounds after the war. And what has that 20 pounds done? That 20 pounds have made Biafrans all over the world the best in what they do. So nobody can stop that. And our declaration will happen in Finland between November 29th and December 3rd, 2024. Nothing shakes, nothing moves. We must restore Biafra by 2nd December. Thank you so much, everyone.
We know Biafra. We know Raffle Pro. We know BFR Raffle Jingle. My people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku. Na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show. No be lie, the good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up, he go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your picking them. I dey tell you, he can still bring Obonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing they happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR. No sit down, no sit down. Look, na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra, where you they cry for sins. You go also win too.
After this particular December 2nd, nobody will fight for Biafra again. Biafra will be free. And we are going to hand over freedom to our children, and our unborn generation will enjoy what we have fought and what we are doing today. Do not shake. Do not panic. December 2nd, Biafra freedom will be handed over to us, both in the spirit and in physical.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on this morning program. It is Monday, Sit at Home. I welcome everyone that has joined on this platform, and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greetings according to your time zone. If you have not yet subscribed, liked, and shared, I don't know what you're waiting for. This is not the time to be distracted. This is the time every one of us must engage in this radical evangelism. Play your role. Don't wait for somebody to beg you. Share this very program. Like the program. Make sure you get connected. If you are not following the platform, make sure you subscribe to the platform. I appreciate everyone that is watching us from TikTok. I welcome you. Thank you so much for joining. Those who are watching from Facebook, I welcome all of you. I appreciate you for joining. And everyone that is following me on this platform where we host this program, David Haba channel, I welcome you. I say, may Chukwu Okabe Magana and protect you. Remember, this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafran government. a platform under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel Ekpa, and on the Supreme Commander of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this very platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We don't come here to attack individuals. We don't come here to attack persons. We don't come here for propaganda or blackmail. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. What we do in this platform is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. We say things the way they are without being political correct. There is no political correctness in this platform. We tell the world the true situation of things in Biafra land and in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria. There are so many lies against the Biafran people, so many lies against our Prime Minister, so many lies against our Supreme Commander Nnamdi Kanu. What we do in this platform is to trash those lies. That is what we do every morning. It is an interactive section. That is why each time I come on, I post a link. All you need to do is to click the link. Once you click the link, you will come in here and join me on the program and make your points. As long as you are following me on YouTube, David Herbert's channel, on that David Herbert channel, go to the comment section. You're going to see the link. Click the link. I will bring you in. You will make your submission. The only thing that qualifies you to be in this program is be a human being. Be human. As long as you're human, you are allowed to come in with your divergence of opinion, with your own idea. Regardless of what is your location, regardless of your religion, whatever you are, feel free. Click the link and come in if you have a case with us. If you have an argument, if you have a question to ask, if you have a contribution to make, if you have a prayer to say, come in. The only thing we ask is that when you join us on this program, make sure that before you send your request, you are properly dressed. We cannot allow you to join us in the program when you are naked. You must cover yourself properly because the whole world is watching us. The Biafran government cabinet is watching us, and our Prime Minister is observing what we are doing. If you want to make yourself acceptable, make sure you appear in a decent manner. And when you are speaking to Biafrans at the world, speak in a very civil manner. Present your case in a civil manner so that the world can understand you. Be civil. It doesn't matter how angry you are. It doesn't matter how dissatisfied you are with us. It doesn't matter the challenges you are facing. Once you want to speak with us on this platform and let the world hear your voice, Biafrans hear you, the cabinet members hear you, our Prime Minister hears you, speak in a very civil manner. I bet you whatever be your grievances and your concern, it will be addressed. My fellow Biafrans that are watching anywhere you are watching from, I welcome you once again. And today we have come. This time is a different period of time. Today is Monday, and it's Monday Sit at Home. You saw the way we started the program, and we played a lot of videos to drag you into where we are coming from. You have heard from the COS, the Biafran COS of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. The Chief of Staff have just spoken, and that was a word from the Prime Minister of Biafra. My fellow Biafran that are watching, every single thing she said there is according to what our Prime Minister would have said if he's with us. If you are a Biafran, you should rejoice that those people that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu prayed for, when he said, give us, Chukwu Okama should give him 100 men. Those 100 men that Chukwu Okama was asking for, they are here. And when you hear men, it is a general request of human being. It might be female or male. But when you hear men, when you hear that Mazi Nnamdi pray for men, it doesn't mean that it's only male. It can be female. It can be male. Mazi Nnamdi pray for 100 men. And those 100 people are complete and over. That is why when you listen to the speech of the COS, you understand that we have gone very far. If they think they are going to stop Biafra, if any human being think he's going to stop the coming of the Biafra, you're wasting your time. Just like the Prime Minister said, go to Finland. Since you have the mind to go to Finland and lobby a local authority to question the Prime Minister, go and sit on the negotiating table. Remember, our Prime Minister gave them that option. He gave them the option to call Finland to be a mediator between them and the Biafran people. That should be the point, and that is where we are going. Finland at the last day is going to be a mediator between the Nigerian people and the Biafrans. Remember, our Prime Minister made that call. Our Prime Minister gave that advice to Nigerian government. He told them, instead of you going to talk about to do this to Manchester, go and ask Finland to be a mediator. Let Finland mediate between the Biafran people and Nigeria. And I bet you are going to see that in a very short while. Just like I tell people who are warring right, left, and center, the COS has also made it clear. From time to time, we're going to be playing those videos for you to be able to be in touch. Some who didn't see it, and so on, who are not focusing, should focus. Her statement was very clear. The brief absence of our Prime Minister is brief. And our Prime Minister is safe and sound. Don't get worried. For those who say they have not eaten, they are crying, there is no need to cry. There's no need to starve yourself. You can pray for our Prime Minister, you can pray for our school leader, you can pray for Biafra, but there's no need to disturb yourself or frustrate your life. No. Our Prime Minister is in a safe hand. He is just in a brief discussion where he has to represent Biafra in Finland. The local authority invited him and he is doing the needful, which is going to last for a few minutes. The plan of the Zoological Republic is to take him away so that we cannot be able to declare Biafra on the 2nd of December. But that's, you see, that plan has failed. You see, the same thing, the same way they failed when they removed Nnamdi Kanu. The intention was to take Nnamdi Kanu away and Biafra will die a natural death. Nobody is going to be talking about Biafra anymore. That was the intention. That was why Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya. They went extra mile to go to Kenya and kidnap Nnamdi Kanu just to make sure that we stop talking about Biafra. But what happened? When they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, they didn't know they had just fueled Biafra. And today, Biafra is on a very top speed, on the highest level ever. The level Biafra is now, even before the Civil War, during the Civil War, Biafra was not on this level. The level Biafra is now, Biafra has never ever attained to the level before. And look at the level we are. And for the fact that we are on this level, I bet you there is nothing any human being can do. Today, the only reason why they took away our Prime Minister from us, why they were persuading the Finnish government to invite our Prime Minister, persuading them. Of course, I don't blame the Finnish government. The Finnish government, they have their system, and it's a very lawful country. They have to follow their procedure. They're not going to change their procedure because of you, not because of me. No. They have to pass through that process. But why they came at it is to see that they take our Prime Minister out so that we cannot be able to declare Biafra. They want to delay the declaration. They want to make sure they destabilize them, but they don't know. Just as the COS have said, every single plan that Biafra needs to declare and enter into recognition have been let down. Some of you saw the video I played, which maybe I'm going to play it again, on what we expect to see after the declaration, what we expect to achieve through the declaration. Our Prime Minister explained what we intend to achieve through the declaration. After the declaration has been made, what we expect to see. He explained it. And I bet you, every single explanation he's making to Biafra, the Zoological Republic government are watching, and they're watching closely, and they know the effect of what he's doing. That is why they want to make sure he is not present on that day, so that the Biafra might not be declared. They know what is going to happen if Biafra is declared, but they didn't know that Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister, is ahead of. We are ahead of them 10,000 times. What's transpired is not something that is not expected. We expect it to happen. But when it is going to happen, that is the thing we did not know. Everybody knew that this kind of a thing is going to happen. But when? Time. Nobody knew when it's going to happen. That was why our Prime Minister put everything in place. I can bet you the declaration of the restoration of the Independence of Biafra is going to be much more successful than ever on the 2nd of December. We have 5 days to go. And as I'm speaking to you, Biafrans are landing in Finland. Biafrans are already landed in Finland. From yesterday, Biafrans are landing in Finland. So if anybody thinks that maybe you take away one person from the struggle and then the Biafrans will go and sleep, we are not foolish. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu laid a master foundation. That was what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, that if you think you can destroy IPOB, if you think you can destroy the indigenous people of Biafra, you are a dreamer. It doesn't matter. And that is why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made a statement. He said that IPOB, Biafra itself, is bigger than an individual. Biafra is bigger than an individual. When they took the IPOB, they bought IPOB, they turned it to a political pressure group. They took away the IPOB in Nigeria and they made them a political pressure group. They thought that by making them a political pressure group, that everybody would go to sleep. But when they succeeded in taking away the IPOB and made them political pressure group, they only realized that they have just helped us to sanitize the original formation of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They went again, they took the ESN that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu created to protect the Biafran people. They take it, the people took it and handed it over. On their own top, they said it, they announced that they handed over the ESN to the governors. They took ESN and gave to the politicians, and they thought that by doing that, everything will be over. They didn't know, they only opened the door. And our Prime Minister came, saved the ESN, and now transformed them into the Liberation Army. And all of a sudden, somebody is still coming to think by delaying Mazi Simon Eba, by taking him away briefly, that the declaration on the second will not happen. You are a joker. Every single step, every single plan, every single strategy, every signature that is needed is set. All we are waiting is for the day. And today, how many days more do we have? As we speak, how many days more do we have? We have few days to go, about 5 days to go. And I bet you there is no man born of a woman that is going to stop the declaration of the restoration of independence of South Africa. It is going to happen, whether you like it or you don't like it, regardless how you feel about it. It is definitely going to happen. And all I ask all Biafran is to sit back, be very careful. Do not be careless. Do not be careless. You must be security conscious anywhere you found yourself, and make sure you join us to raise that flag on the 2nd of December. Today is Monday, and it is a total lockdown in Biafra land. In case you do not know, if you think it's a joke, I am sorry for you. Monday is a total, it is even much more serious. If you love yourself, this is the time you must not play. If you have not been obeying the sit at home, this is the time you must be part of it, because initially, Mazen Simon Ekpa was there. Mazen Simon Ekpa was there, and he can equally tell the Liberation Army to stop. Today, nobody is going to tell them to stop, because the last command they got was to go ahead. The last command the Liberation Army got from our Prime Minister was to go ahead. And you had the COS reminding them again that the Prime Minister have given an order, and that order stands until he says otherwise. So if you love yourself, stay away, stay in your home. This is the time that the Liberation Army will obey every single order to the last, and nobody is going to call them back. This is the mistake the Nigerian government always make. You think that by taking away the leader, and then you become what you think by doing this or that, that will not help. You are only going to make things worse for yourself. And I bet you, as long as Chukwu Okabema lives, we will continue to fight for the restoration of independence of Biafra until we are free. No man born of a woman is going to stop the declaration of Biafra. It is going to happen. Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, we don't seek any apology from anybody. We are not begging anybody. We are not asking anybody to come and help. We are doing what we are supposed to do. The reasons for action is very, very clear and open. The reason we are asking for self-determination, number one, it is our right to demand. And one protest is that the inhuman treatment of the Biafran people in the so-called Nigeria. We never signed up for that very arrangement called Nigeria. We were never part of them. When they made the arrangement and concocted their so-called Nigeria, we were not involved. We were not informed. We never gave our blessings to we are so-called one Nigeria. We didn't have any representation when Nigeria was formed. And how on earth do you think that we are going to be part of that very entity? How on earth do you think that we are going to be part of an entity where we did not sign up for? And that notwithstanding, the kind of terrorism that is happening in Nigeria is very open before the whole world. Every terrorist organization in the world has their members in Nigeria. In the northern Nigeria, to be precise, every terrorist organization, they have their affiliation in the northern part of Nigeria, very active, and new ones are springing up. As we speak, in the northern part of Nigeria, people are losing their lives on daily basis. Innocent people are losing their life, and nobody is coming to their aid. The government doesn't care about how they feel. The government doesn't care about what happened to them. And you want us to fold our hands and be part of this kind of evil entity. Why are you not concerned about the lives that have been lost in the northern part of Nigeria? Are they not human beings? Why are you not concerned about the lives that have been lost in the northern part of Nigeria on a daily basis? Are they not human? What crime have they committed? What crime have they committed? Why have you decided to allow people to suffer unnecessarily for something they knew nothing about? In Nigeria, we have seen people who were born in IDP camp. In their own country, they were born in IDP camp, and they are today 19 years old. 19 years old. People are born in IDP camp, and they are getting married in IDP camp. These are people who have a home. These are people who have their own family. These are people who have a place they come from. All of a sudden, you allow these people to continue to remain in the IDP camp without being addressed. A child born in IDP camp and today is 19 years old. How are you going to explain that to that child? And when the child rises up tomorrow and say, I want back my land, since I have nobody to speak for me or protect me, I want to protect myself. Then you begin to blame that child and say, why would you say so? That is the situation. The Biafran situation didn't start today. Since 1945, the atrocity against Biafrans have been on. It has never stopped. It only come to limelight in 1967 during the Civil War. That was when it came to the limelight, where the international communities joined hand in the extermination and decimation of the Biafran people. British was at the forefront, dragged Russia into it. Russia provided ammunitions, arms, and everything. The United States at the point was there with them. France was part of it, fighting against a little David. The war went on for 3 good years. The little Biafra, with little or no help, fought for 3 good years. Millions of children, mothers, women were starved to death. I'm saying millions. The atrocity in Biafra land is second to genocide. It's second to Holocaust of the Holocaust of the Jews. The only atrocity you can compare to Holocaust is the Biafran Civil War. The genocide in Biafra land, they call it Civil War, but that wasn't Civil War. A place where children, there are videos, every single thing I'm saying. For those of you who don't know about the story of Biafra, there are many videos emanating from Biafra. Some of the videos you see today that United Nations used to raise funds are videos and pictures that emanated from Biafran war. So many videos when they want to show you children who are starving in Africa, children who are suffering in Africa. When the United Nations wants to raise funds, they use the pictures they got from the Civil War of Biafra. They use the pictures of Biafran Civil War and they use it to raise funds. That is to show you how serious the atrocity was. But as we speak, no single human being has been held accountable. As we speak, no single person has been held accountable. In fact, the people that committed that genocide are being celebrated today in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. That is how sad it is. So many of them are still alive. They are being celebrated in their life. They are being celebrated. People who were directly involved in the genocide against the Biafran people. Nobody was held accountable. You know, when you see Biafrans shouting and talking, some of you will say we are being too emotional. Some of you are telling us we should forgive and forget. Forgive and forget what? What are you going to forget? How dare you tell Biafrans forgive and forget? Will you go and tell a Jew to forgive and forget about the Holocaust? Can you say that? Can you stand before a Jewish man and tell him forget about the Holocaust? You can't. You dare not. And I tell you, that is how it is to the Biafrans. Anytime you open your dirty mouth and you tell us to forgive and forget, you become an enemy. Anytime you stand in any podium, in any public gathering, in any media, and you tell us to forgive and forget, you are the number one enemy. You are the number one enemy. Atrocity was committed against the Biafran people before the whole world. The whole world sat back and they were watching. Up till this minute, there has been nobody, no single person has been held accountable for the crime against the Biafran people. And majority of the people who lost their life in that war, millions were children, women, men, women, most especially women and children, starved to death. Majority of people who died in the war, they didn't die in the arm of the bullet. They were starved to death, and the whole world sat back and watched. The only people that came for aid, I think, it was Irish, the Irish ministry. They were the people that came to aid of the Biafrans, and few other countries who came to their aid. But the world powers were together. They were together in committing that genocide because of their own selfish interests. All their interest was only on the resources of Biafra. That was their focus. They only want to get resources. That was the only focus they have and nothing else. Now you understand how angry we are. Now you understand how necessary it is that we should move away from this very orchestrated entity. For the record, even the people they call the founding father of the zoo said it within their own mouth that Nigeria is not a country. Awolowo said it, that Nigeria is a geographical expression. How can you force us to remain in that geographical expression for years now? For years, we have fought away more than 50 years. We have fought away for a very long time. We want to be on our own. How is that a crime? As if that is not enough. The Civil War did not stop in 1970, as they said. From 1967 to 70, that is the official war. But after then, they continued. The war continued. They tricked our people when General Effiong came. What they told General Effiong was, no victor, no vanquish. What General Effiong signed up was, no victor, no vanquish. And at the end of the day, an agreement was reached, and Nigerian government agreed that they were going to implement the 3R: reintegration, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. Reintegration, rehabilitation, and reconstruction. None of this was done up to this minute. And everybody can testify to this, including the idiotic politician that has nothing to offer to the Biafran people. Every single one of them can testify that nothing whatsoever has been done up to this minute. And yet, when the Biafran rise up and say, we no longer want to be part of this entity called the zoo, and somebody will come and tell me that I do not have right to say so, you must be a dreamer. And when you stand before us and say we do not have every right to ask for our freedom, you are asking for something else, and we are going to give you exactly what you are asking for. We have only 5 days to go. We have only 5 days more to the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra, and no human being will stop it. And I bet you, by the special grace of Chukwu Okabiyama, the Biafran government is doing everything humanly possible to see that our Prime Minister graced that occasion. We will continue to do everything humanly possible to see that our Prime Minister graced that occasion, because this is something that is very dear to his heart. For stopping it, nobody can stop it. It doesn't matter how they try. As long as Chukwu Okabiyama lives, it is only Chukwu Okabiyama that will stop it. The only person today that can stop the declaration of Biafra is Chukwu Okabia himself. Apart from Chukwu Okabia, nobody will stop it. The Biafran government is doing everything possible to see that our Prime Minister graced this occasion that is very dear to his heart. He has worked tirelessly. He has dreamed about it. The government, just as you heard our COS say, the government will do everything in their power to see that our Prime Minister graced the occasion. But if that fails, Biafra will definitely be declared. As I said before, Biafran people are flying in. Wherever you are and you are a Biafran, you have registered for this convention. Don't wait. Begin to okay your ticket and arrive in Finland. Wherever you are, you see the Janjaweed, they know that Biafrans are not scared. We are formidable and we know what we want. That is why they are pushing their propaganda and blackmail. Some of them will come and tell you, if you go to Finland, they will arrest you. If you go to Finland, they will arrest you. Don't go to Finland. Once you land in Finland, they're going to arrest you. These are idiotic people. Very idiotic people. They say when you go to Finland, they are going to arrest you. Let me tell you, every single thing that the Biafran government is doing has been legalized in Finland. There is nothing that Mazi Sam, whenever the Prime Minister was doing in Finland, that was done in secret. We saw him when he went to submit papers to the authorities to tell them about the convention that is going to hold. Finland government is aware from the beginning, before he started the agitation. We saw him. He did. It was a live video. He recorded a video when he was going to submit a letter. When he was going to submit a letter to the presidency to tell them that he wants to engage the Nigerian government to restore the freedom of his people. He did it on video that he wants to support his people for the self-determination. He took that. The government of Finland, we are very much aware. During this very program we are conducting, every single document that needs to be gotten from the authority of Finland, he got all the authority or governments signed. Every single document, including the venue, everywhere we are going to go, the venue, the number of days that people are going to come, the Finland government have the list, and it was approved. We saw him on video when he went to the presidency to tell them, we are going to conduct a convention. And up to this minute, the government of Biafra have not received any message from Finland government to say, oh, don't come, or the convention is cancelled. Oh, we're not. Let me tell you, Finland is a very lawful country. And if there is any changes, they are going to announce it. They're not going to take you by surprise. They're not afraid of you. Finland is very, very organized, a very organized country. That is why you see what is happening to our Prime Minister. We are not surprised. There is nothing wrong in inviting somebody. When somebody complaints have been laid, pressures have been mounted, you can't keep silent. Of course, you're going to invite. The only thing that it came at a time we are not expecting it. It came at a time, and it was strategic. The Zoological Republic intentionally put it in that form strategically to disrupt our Prime Minister for being present. They want to delay the target is this declaration. Just like Nnamdi Kanu. If you can remember when they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu have already given an order, and he said, after the 150 days praying and fasting, he will march. Nnamdi Kanu already announced the day of marching. He said, we will embark on 150 days. Immediately after the 150 days, we will march. If he gets up to 100 men, we will march. The rest people can come behind later. That was the last speech Nnamdi Kanu made while he was outside. Did he finish that prayer? They did not allow him to finish that 150 days prayer because they knew what was coming. They knew the preparation. They knew the targets. They knew his focus. They could not allow him to finish that 150 days prayer. The same thing now. The Master have announced it. The date was placed and every eye focused on the convention. And they have seen and investigated. They know the dignitaries that are coming to that convention. Our Prime Minister is doing everything in the open because there's nothing illegal about it. He will do it in the open, mention it, it's left for you, go and try your best. Dignitaries are already preparing to come to Finland. And I bet you the Nigerian government with their insiders have been investigating to find out the people that are going to attend that very Finland convention. The dignitaries that are coming from the US. The organizations, important organizations that are coming. They have seen it and they are scared. They are scared. They know the caliber of people that are coming to that very convention. They are scared. They are panicking. They couldn't control it. They run to local authority. They run to local authority. You cannot breach a constitution of a country. Finland is a very well-organized country on their own. They have their laws and they must follow their law system. Somebody is reported, you must invite the person, question the person passes through the process of investigation. After investigation, if the person is true, well, that is it. But I bet you, Biafrans, all things work for good to them that love Chukwu Okikabia. This very delay of our Prime Minister is going to turn out for our own good. Remember, one of the most important things we tend to achieve in this very convention is to generate a legitimate document that is going to support the restoration of Biafra, the government of Biafra, and our Prime Minister. That is the most important thing that is tend to achieve in this convention. To generate a legal documents to back up the restoration of Biafra. Legal documents. And I bet you, this very interrogation of Prime Minister Masamagba is going to also generate a very strong document to back the Prime Minister up and back the government of Biafra up. That is why when we say that our Prime Minister have gone for a national assignment, you wouldn't understand. When we say the Prime Minister is on a national assignment, you thought it was just a concocted word. That is what he is. Wherever he is today, he is on a national assignment. And I bet you our Prime Minister is going to come out excellently well. I have no fear. And I don't want anybody to express any fear. The person you are dealing with, the Prime Minister of Biafra, has every single knowledge of the law of Finland. Do you think that our Prime Minister will break the law of the land in such a manner? Do you think that the Prime Minister is a novice to the law of Finland? This is a man that has a law firm in Finland. Don't forget, our Prime Minister, he is not just an immigrant. He is a citizen of Finland, a lawyer, and he has a law firm, a practicing lawyer. Do you think that our Prime Minister does not have advisors? He doesn't have fellow lawyers he talks to. Do you think that he will just be breaking laws and feel ignorant? How on your wildest dream do you think he will be ignorant of the law? A man who has served as a counselor in Finland. A man who is an active politician in the leading party. Who has gone to different... I am not going to be revealing everything that where he belongs and where he doesn't belong. They are not necessary. But I'm just giving you the key points. We are talking about law and legality. A man that read international law. I thank Chukwu Okikabia that Finland is not an African country. I thank Chukwu Okikabia that Finland is not like one of those corruption. Even the United Kingdom with all their corruption. United Kingdom with all their corruption, they were not able to arrest Nnamdi Kanu for more than a decade he was there. Nnamdi Kanu was in the United Kingdom preaching the gospel of Biafra, the message of Biafra, in a very hard tone, speaking the truth and nothing but the truth. He was never ever arrested one single day. He was never ever invited any single day until he traveled out of the United Kingdom and came to a place of lawlessness, Africa. He came to the place of lawlessness, Africa. That was when the United Kingdom had to use their influence and move to support the kidnap of Nnamdi Kanu. And today, their own citizens have been kidnapped, incarcerated against the law for going to 4 years now, and they did nothing about it. A country that is under them, a country that they gives approval to what happens, a country that they created by themselves, their own citizen with British passport, kidnapped illegally against international law, extraordinary rendition. Even the law of their same land that they created, that same country they created, the law says, let this man go. And the people refused to let him go. Yet, the United Kingdom turned a blind eye to the abuse of human rights against Nnamdi Kanu. They are citizens. What else do you think? What else do you want me to believe? That they're not involved? What else do you want me to believe? A citizen of theirs, Nnamdi Kanu, did not travel to Kenya with Nigerian passport. Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested in Nigeria, was not kidnapped in Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Kenya, where he traveled with the United Kingdom passport. Then another country came, kidnapped him, tortured him for 8 days, extraordinary rendition him. They did nothing. The United Nations Arbitrary Court told them to release Nnamdi Kanu and gave them ultimatum to release it. They refused. Their own court have said Nnamdi Kanu should be released, and there is nobody has the right, no law court has the right to try the case of Nnamdi Kanu until they explain the situation surrounding his extraordinary rendition. And yet they are holding Nnamdi Kanu. The United Kingdom didn't see anything, not even a sanction. Not even a sanction. In the midst of this abuse of laws, in this abuse of the right of their citizens, they are still strengthening the bilateral relationship between them and Nigeria. Now you understand that the world where we live in is about interest. The earlier you wake up and begin to think about your own life, about your own interest, and put your own self first, the better for you. That is why I love Donald Trump. When he came out and said, it is America first, put your own country first. But when you see Donald Trump say America first, you get angry. You say, why must he say that? Why wouldn't he say that? Why? You want him to put you first. I'm asking you, do you want Donald Trump to put you first? You must be a dreamer. You must be deceiving yourself. Every human being on the planet Earth puts themselves first. And that is exactly what the British have done. They don't care about Nnamdi Kanu as a Biafran citizen. What they care about is their criminal empire in the UK to represent it. And that is why in one of the rules of Nnamdi Kanu, he says that the people, citizens of the United Kingdom, their citizens are very wonderful people. The citizens of the UK are wonderful, but when you come to their government is evil. When you come about the government itself, when they get into the government, when they get into the government to work for the government, they work like vampires. They are evil. They can do everything and anything. Anything. But when you treat them as an individual, the citizens of the United Kingdom are very wonderful people. But see them on national assignments, you will regret meeting them for the rest of your life. If not, why must Nnamdi Kanu still be locked in jail? In the midst of this atrocity, the Biafrans are rising up and demanding for themselves. They refused. That was where the origin of the whole thing started. And our Prime Minister said he cannot stand and watch this country happen. Not only that Nnamdi Kanu was not released, the abuse intensified. The abuse against Biafran intensified. The Biafran people on their own came together and agreed that there will be sit at home every Monday until Nnamdi Kanu is released unconditionally. It was agreement reached by the Biafran people, and the Biafran people started it to ask for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. What did the government do? Instead of listening to that legitimate request, instead of them looking into that civil disobedience and hearken to the people, discuss with them, they refused. What did they do? They begin to counter the action. Just as you all know, the common language in Nigeria is hijack. The common language the government of Nigeria uses at all times. Whenever you hear somebody mention hijack, beware of those people. This is Nigerian government system. When you try to air your opinion, when you try to protest, when you try to set up a movement to correct things in that contraption, the next thing they will do is to create another counter organization to hijack it. And they will turn around and blame you and tell you that your organization has been hijacked. This is a system, a manipulating system in Nigeria that every one of us understand, except you decide to play blind, you decide to play dumb. If you decide to play dumb to this very activity, it is your business. We don't care. As I said, this is not the time for us to explain to any idiots. We have gotten to a time when we take the laws into our hand to redeem us. We take our own fate in our own hand. We have got to a time where we are taking our own responsibility. We take responsibility of our own self. We take our destiny into our own hand. That is where we are. We are no longer in that time where we explain. For many years, for hundreds of years, they have made the Biafran people to continue to explain. From 1967 to date, they have continued to make Biafran people to explain. For a Biafran person to begin to vie for a position, you begin to explain why they must trust you. For a Biafran people to attain to a kind of a height of education or a height of office, you must begin to explain why you must be placed in that office. The explanation is not based on your qualification. It is not that you are not qualified. I can bet you the people that are best qualified to handle positions in the zoo are the Biafrans. There is no other region much more qualified than the Biafran to handle positions in the zoo. But anytime they come up, they will be forced to explain. You will be in the process of explaining the election or whatever will be over. And I don't know why some idiots who call themselves politicians even the politicians understand this. The politicians understand this, and that is why before ever a politician comes to power and becomes on the top list, he must be a betrayer. Go and look. Every politician in the southeast that looks relevant have allegiance to the north. Every single politician that looks relevant, that when you listen to him, when you see him, he looks like he's relevant. He has allegiance to the north. Because except they will make you frustrated and you continue to explain, and you will be in the process of explanation. Before you wake up, you realize the whole thing is over. This was exactly what happened to the idiot called P2B. When P2B came out to contest, it is not that he's not qualified. Among every criminal that came out, he was the best criminal among them. Among all the criminals that come out, they are all criminal. There is no doubt. Every single one of them, Atiku Abubakar, the drug baron, he is there now, and P2B, they are all a bunch of criminals. But at least P2B was the best criminal among them. And in things, you choose the best among them. But do you see that from the beginning of that campaign to the last, P2B was always busy explaining why he's Igbo, why he's not an Igbo, where he's doing, why he must support in the north, who you will support, what will you do, and what you will do. Will you kill IBOB? Will you leave IBOB? Will you be an Igbo man? Will you not be? That was the only question that was always presented to him. And he was answering that question until the election was over. And you want to tell me that I should keep silent and allow my children to be part of this kind of idiotic system, where you will continue to explain why people are taking your rights. A Biafran, ordinary landing in Nigerian airport, when you land in Nigerian airport, your appearance looks like a Biafran and a decent Biafran. Let me tell you, you have to explain why you come back to Nigeria. The place that supposedly is to be your country, you will explain. When you are traveling out of the zoo, you want to move out of the country. Appearing as a Biafran, well-dressed as a Biafran, you must have to explain. Sometimes you keep on explaining until you miss your flight. You are traveling along the road, you dress up and they see you appear as a Biafran. You will explain. In every checkpoint, you'll be stopped and explain. You explain. The journey where you go for 5 minutes, it will take you 1 hour to do that journey. Which one? In every situation in that zoo, you must explain. They will have made us, and some of us have now accepted that fate that we have to explain. The time for that explanation has gone, and we will no longer do that. Not anymore. That is why today we have taken our own freedom in our own hand. The declaration of the restoration of the presidency of Biafra is going to happen. Come 2nd of December, it doesn't matter what the enemies do. I thank Chukwu Okeke for the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. He has set the standard. He has drawn every map. You heard from the COS. The COS has, there is nothing, everything happening. Every members of the cabinet are working 247. Every member of the cabinet is busy on their own section. In the lobbying, you see our finance minister always appearing in the United States, in DC, doing his own part. Every visitation, every meetings that's being held in the United States today, and all the moves, with the presence of the finance minister there, he is doing his own part. The same way in other places where we have liaison offices across the world, every liaison office of Biafra is active. Now, when you talk of structure, you will now understand that where we are today.
Well, him a council member.
Before.
So totally go let him get.
Biafra has never, even through the civil war, this kind of arrangement was not there. That was one of the reasons why we shared. If we had what we have now in civil war, Biafra would never lose that war, because the United States have turned around and we are about to support Biafra before Biafra accepted the trick of Gowon. The United States was already changing their tone. They were already changing their level to focus on Biafra before Gowon tricked the general to accept their no boundaries. It was only after then we began to realize what had transpired. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, I want you to know that the days of tears is gone. The days of explanation has gone. We are in a time where every human being, every one of us must take responsibility. You must. It is a must. It is a must. That is why today, you don't have to wait for somebody to tell you to sit at home. The battle line has been drawn. The battle line, and I tell you, let me tell you once again, whether I live or I die, Biafra is going to come. Whether you live or you die, Biafra is going to come. The only thing we owe ourselves today is to put in our effort. Anything you know you can offer for the time being that you are alive, offer that very sacrifice. Whatever I am doing today is not for me. It is for my children and the unborn children. Whatever I'm doing today is for my children and my children's children. It is not for me. I might not be there to enjoy it, but at the end of the day, history will always remember. Every single thing we are doing today, the social media never forgets. People will still refer back to our video and see how we fought. Even in the difficult time, we are still standing our ground. Do not pay attention to any propaganda or blackmail. They will be there. There is nothing you will hear today that you haven't heard before. But I bet you, your joy should be that victory is very, very close. My fellow Biafrans, as you're watching, let us listen to this very jingle, because the declaration of the restoration of Biafra is coming, and coming with speed. Let us listen to this jingle and we come back again.
My daughter. My daughter. My brother, Oteme, they go to me go to a Bafra. You know, go to me Nigeria, yeah, you do the young woman. I put my way and my mama, Yama, the by Yamato guy. Yes, the Yamaki Yaki. If you don't go to me go to Nebu, I'm a very Jogabi. I'm a very debate. I'm a very I don't know. I want to marry Ìjáde ìmọ̀ wà tó tẹ́ yí báyé. Akínyógbé ooo, fídíò wà mẹ́ni bò. Màríé Biafra, ìtẹ́gbodò mi gbodò. 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 Go Amen. Yawe ni ata. Ekpon ewuro me. Ma ni bie ide godomigodo. Ma dori ege esamonepa kekere Nnamdi Kanu. Kekere ojuku no mwe eme ogie ore aari egbe obegian eso ekpon ma dopon wai. Na dori won na ya dopon me de orome ge. Nnamdi Kanu kekere esamonepa. Nnamdi Kanu no mo amu wese. Samonepa no mo wese.
Biafra, Raffle, BFR, Raffle jingle. My people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpa na him they carry us enter Biafra. He dey play the show. No be lie, the good guy, Prime Minister of the Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up, he go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you and your pikin them. I dey tell you, he can still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing dey happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. BFR, no sit down, no sit down. Look, na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra, where you they cry for sins. You go also win too, no play.
My fellow Biafrans in Australia and beyond, we met with the most senior members of the United States Congress. We met with the most senior members of the US government, including the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Mike Johnson, the third highest official of the US government, the Chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, Michael McCall, and a plethora of members of Congress. These members are now well educated about Biafra. It has never happened in the history of Biafra and Nigeria. We are closely working after being briefed, after educating these people, decision makers. We are now closely working with them to form a new Biafra policy for the US government. Biafra will come. You either allow us to go in peace, or you are going to remain pieces and Biafra will still go. I come that Nigeria will end. I come that there will end the Usman Dan Fodio legacy. That legacy that every time they will be talking about Usman Dan Fodio, you would think that Usman Dan Fodio manufactured an aeroplane. You would think that Usman Dan Fodio manufactured a car, or he invented one Ihela machine or something like that. No. Usman Dan Fodio have a legacy for killing northern Nigeria, for killing Hausas, conquering them and turn them into what you see today, Hausa Fulani. That is the legacy that Usman Dan Fodio brought to northern Nigeria. And today, they have Usman Dan Fodio University. That is what they continue that particular legacy. That is the reason why the Fulanis are killing innocent Christians in the northern Nigeria and the middle belt. It is to continue the Usman Dan Fodio legacy, and I am here to end it. I will end it. The end of Usman Dan Fodio legacy will start from this year. I am telling you, go and mark it. It will start from December 2nd. Once we exit Nigeria, that legacy is gone, completely gone, because they will not have any other place to conquer. Is it us that you are going to cross our border to come and start saying you want to conquer Biafra? We did not conquer us when we were in Nigeria. It's not going to be possible.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries.
The zoo has fallen. The zoo has fallen. Finally, the zoo has fallen. If you do not know that the zoo has fallen, check around yourself. Check around you.
Welcome back, my fellow Biafrans. Welcome back, welcome back. We must not look back. It is very important that when we go on, we bring you the voice of our leaders. We bring you the voice of those which have placed this very battle on their shoulders so that we can't get distracted. There are a lot of distraction, there are a lot of propaganda, a lot of blackmail. That is why it is very essential that as we go further, from time to time, we come out and tell you where we are coming from. For some of them who will come and tell you, oh, Mazen Simon Ekpa is not doing it well. Oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not doing it well. Oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was quiet. Oh, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want this. That is why I play certain videos. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, in that very video I played now, said, instead of Biafra not to come, that we will all perish. And no, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, he's not just a man who says a word and go to sleep. Sometimes it baffles me how people begin to look Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as a weakling. This IPOB Nigeria, they talk down on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and they talk about him as if he's a weakling. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has never ever been a weakling. Every one of us know the strategies he has. Every one of us know what he was about to do before he was kidnapped. We knew where we are. Where we were before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Can you people remember what we were waiting for? What were we doing? That is why when I look at this IPOB Nigeria, from the moment Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have been kidnapped for almost 4 years now, what else have they added? What step they are still, some of them are shamelessly telling us they are still evangelizing. Some of them are still in awareness creation. Even Mazen Nnamdi Kanu stopped creating awareness. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have ended awareness creation. In one of his broadcasts, he said, I am tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my nation. One of the last broadcasts that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu made, when he asked 100 men, he said, I am tired of broadcasting. I want to go ahead and fight for my nation. That was why he began to ask 100 men that if he has 100 men, he will go forward without minding. And today, you see somebody still come out and shamelessly telling you that, oh, we are still evangelizing, that we are still sensitizing our people. And I look at them, you see how small their brain is. It is either they have never been a follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, they are never interested in the restoration of Biafra, they were using Biafra as a content creator or something to create content for themselves or something to keep them busy. They were so jobless that they have nothing to do than to continue to extort money from the Biafrans. If not, Nnamdi Kanu ended evangelism. This very awareness creation, Nnamdi Kanu finished the work of awareness creation from the beginning to the end. He created awareness in the whole of Biafra land. There is no single soul who will tell me he doesn't know what Biafra stands for, what IPOB stands for, what we are suffering and what we are going through. Nnamdi Kanu did not only stop in Biafra land. Nnamdi Kanu woke up the Oduduwa people. Today, Oduduwa people can protest in the public. Not only protest, Oduduwa people have gone ahead to launch their own government. They went ahead to launch their own army because of Nnamdi Kanu's message. He didn't stop in Oduduwa. He went to the Middle Belt, preached to the Middle Belters. The Middle Belters today have an organization. They even made a move of unity. They wanted to create their own force with the Biafran government. They did everything they could. He didn't stop in the Middle Belt. He also went to the north. Today, even the Hausa people today are fighting for their freedom. The Hausa people today are gearing up. They are preparing themselves to exit. You see, when we talk about the exit of the Biafran people are so blessed that we are not born to be slaves. We are born leaders and rulers. Biafra, it doesn't matter how jealous you are. You can be jealous, go and hug transformer, go and jump into the ocean. It is your business. I am telling you the absolute truth of whom we are. It is left for you to either believe it or not. You can equally open your own channel and tell us whom you are, or what you can do, or where you belong. Call it pride, call it whatever. It is your business. I am telling you what we are made of. We are freeborn, and we know that we are freeborn. And in any place we are leading from the front. We are leaders. That's what we do. We set the stage, we set the sample, and others follow. That is why in this restoration of Biafra, Chukwu intentionally placed us in Nigeria to free every indigenous person. And that is the mission we are embarking today. By the time Biafra exits, every indigenous person in the zoo will have his freedom to practice whatever you want to practice. You have the freedom to grow in your own space at your own speed without anybody interrupting you. That is what we intend to do. And we are doing it perfectly well. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter what you think. Your envy, your jealousy, your wickedness cannot and can never stop us from moving forward. The more you continue to show your envy, jealousy, the more we move forward. Today, Biafra land is under lock and key, as agreed by Biafra people. Your blackmail, Master Simon Ekpa is spying people. Master Simon Ekpa is spying people. Master Simon Ekpa is spying. You can say it. Go and sit on top of a mountain and say, let me tell you, this world we live in today work based on evidence. And as we speak, the Finnish government have more than 1,000 evidence before their table. The United Nations have more than 1,000 evidence before their table. Where we're doing what we're doing. Informations and evidence supplied by Nnamdi Kanu. Informations, evidence supplied by Master Simon Ekpa. Information, evidence supplied by individuals. Even as we speak, Biafrans are still supplying informations and evidence. Evidence how government of Nigeria is destroying lives and property of the indigenous people in that contraption. When they accuse Master Simon for buying, can anybody give me any video where somebody came out and mentioned the name of Master Simon Ekpa and say, Master Simon Ekpa sent me to go and buy innocent person? Can you see any video of that? If anybody has that video, bring it out, share it, let the whole world hear. Where somebody confess and say, Master Simon Ekpa sent me to go and buy, but we have evidence. We have evidence. Somebody who was captured, interviewed, and televised in their own conventional media, and he said who sent him. He mentioned their names. He called their name one after the other. The people that sent him. And in that confession, he said that their camp is at the back of police station. You can imagine when a terrorist group have their camp at the back of a police station. You can imagine when a group that is fighting against government has their camp at the back of a police station. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Recently, we have had the governor of Abia State came out and said that the people who are orchestrating the insecurity in Abia State are political opponents. He didn't miss word and say it. He said it in their own conventional media. Hope Uzodinma have confessed, even before he became a monster, he confessed that it was a battle between him and his own particular group in order to win Imo State for the zoo. That was why he's destroying life. This confession have made by different governors in all places. We have seen that the Biafran people came out in numbers and they protested against the Ebubago that was formed by the Nigerian government to destroy Biafra land. We have never had anywhere where the Biafrans were protesting and say they don't want the ESN. We have never seen any video where Biafrans protest and say they don't need the Biafran Liberation Army. But we have thousands of videos where Biafrans have come out in all the states in the southeast where they have the embargo. Every state came out and they protested and said, we do not want a embargo, including the members of the House of Assembly, in the Senate. And they said that a embargo is an instrument of oppression. It is on video, not because I said it. It's on video. Many of you must have seen it. If you have not seen it, as time goes on, I will show you the video. And yet, you think you can blackmail Master America with that. Let me tell you, when it comes to mental toughness, don't forget that the Prime Minister was trained as a sniper. He was trained as a sniper. And he is a lawyer. A well-trained one, very vast in international law. A practicing lawyer and a politician. You can imagine somebody that has such qualities. You know what your blackmail can do to him? Nothing. My beloved brother Chinonso, thank you so much for joining me, my brother Chinonso. Go ahead and take the mic and speak to Biafrans. You're welcome, my brother.
Good morning from my side.
Well, my brother, you're welcome.
I greet all the Biafrans, listeners, those that comment on the comment section. I also greet Nnamdi Kanu, the #1 leader, who make us to know who we are. I also greet his son, the second commander of Biafra under Nnamdi Kanu leadership, but the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, who is in charge of affairs of Biafra government in exile, who is in charge of all our armies and their commands. Yes. I greet him, and it shall be well with him.
You see?
He will see good, he will never see bad.
You see? You see? You see?
Ojiofo Ghana. Oh, bre nwa Ojiofo wee bịa ụwa. Ojiofo Ghana. Ojiofo Ojiogu. Onye wa na-achị ya na West time. Chukwuka abịa mụsị fọ ọbụla kpọpụtara Simon ịkpa n'ime ije a. Ihe ọbụla ọ na-achọ ka Biafra nwere onwe ha, ọ ga-enweta ya.
You see?
Chukwuka abịa ma ihe anyị rịọrọ ka ị mere anyị, gị mee ka enwee ka international body ga-esi mara nwere ihe anyị na-achọ. Ọ ya ka ị mere. Ị mere na ụdị isi isi eme ya na ụdị mmadụ si wee chee ya.
Yes.
Ị mere sị n'aka ndị Finland. Ka ọ dị ugbu a gọọmenti of Finland Chukwuka abịa imeela ka ha mara la Simon abụghị leader of IPOB, but he is a leader of the digital people of Biafra. He is a leader of Biafra government in exile.
Absolutely.
The group Atagri terrorists is IPOB, not Biafra government in exile and de facto government in the whole land. Chineke onwe ka isi anọ Chukwuka abịa ọrụ gị dị iche na ọrụ anyị nwa na-arụ. Anyị sịrị na ọrụ ọma n'isi anyị. Akpa anyị na-ebe ebo Chukwuka abịa mana anyị chọrọ inwere onwe anyị. Na anyị chọrọ ịpụ n'ohu. Na anyị chọrọ ịnọrọ otu ụmụ gị bụ Israel nke oge a si wee nọghị. Na-abụ na ndị iro gbara ha gburugburu. Mana ha na-enweta mmeri. Otu a ka anyị ga-esi nweta mmeri n'aka ndị zoo, nweta mmeri n'aka ndị iro anyị niile. Ndị si na anyị ama dị ndụ ama dị ndụ. Ndị zubere anyị ha ga-enweta ọnwụ. Ike nga uru agụ ịnọ na-ezuru anyị ọnwụ, ike nga ị ga-afụ ọnwụ n'ụtụtụ, fịa n'ehihie, fịa n'abalị, fịa na mgbede. Ị ga-afụ ọnwụ n'Eke, ị ga-afụ ọnwụ n'Orie, ị ga-afụ ọnwụ n'Afọ, ị ga-afụ ọnwụ na Nkwọ. Maka na ihe iji tụọra mana ha ga-eji wee tụọra gị. Iji ogu ọnwa atụrụ anyị, anyị jizi ogu ọnwụ na-atụrụ gị. Ọ ya ka m kwula, mụ nwa anọ ha n'ikpe ekpere ka onye iro m chegharịa. Ihe m kwuru nweta onye iro m, Chineke ya biko ya wepụrụ ụmụ ndụ ya ka ndụ nke m wee dịrị. Ndị niile ahụ na-agba mbọ tịkatịkatịka ka onwe ha si na ihe ha menwuru, onwe ifere ga-abụ nke unu n'ikpeazụ n'ije a. Site na mbido ije a Chineke mere ifere bụrụ nke unu, na ụlị ya ifere ga-abụ nke unu.
Yes.
After no twice to get go cigar drying, neke, dry nori, dry na for dry na for. Ọ bụrụ enwe onye anyị si ihe ọjọọ mee ihe ọjọọ mee anyị ma ọ bụrụ ihe anyị na-ekwu okwu ya bụ ihe ọma mere anyị mere onye ibe ihe ọma ka anyị ga-afụ n'ụbọchị ndụ anyị niile. Ndị Igbo be anyị siri ogidara bịa dara nwunye di m ka anya ụfụ wee laa. Ọ bụ anya ụfụ ka ndị zuu na ndị so ha na-enwe ihe na anyị chọrọ inwe onwe anyị ka anyị wee ruo ezi ihe ọ bụla ọgbọ yile anyị were nye doziri be anyị ọ bụla ọwọ dis revenues dịlọ market anyị were doziri be anyị anya ụfụ ga-egbu ha ihi na ekwuru na anya ukwu na-egbu mmadụ. Chukwu abụkwa nwere ụbọchị taa wee sị gị bịa nụrụ arịrị anyị rịọ gị n'isi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ogologo ndụ na ahụ isi ike mmeri na mbido mmeri na njedebe ahụ isi ike na mbido ahụ isi ike na njedebe. Simon Ekpaghị nwa jiri ọfọ bịa ụwa o ji ọfọ ga-ana. A sị m na ihe ọ bụla anyị godoro bụ nke dị mma ya mere anyị ma Chukwu wepụ nke na-adịghị mma n'ime ndị anyị godoro. Anyị si n'otu ọ ga-adịrị anyị n'ụbọchị ndụ anyị niile ahụ Chukwu oke abịa ma ise. Maazị Chus, ana m ege fundraising when I was listening to the fundraising yesterday night. For the first intro of where Maazị Nnamdi Kanu said that the only thing that we're asking our people is that we need to be more prepared, more than the way we are before. And since night, I was trying to meditate on this issue. We need to prepare more than the way we are before. What is the way we are before? We are carrying placards on the road. We are carrying whistle. We are singing. We are shouting. Enyanyi Biafra nwantinta oge anyị eme ya ka ọ dị mma. Enyanyi Biafra nwantinta oge. Chukwu okike anyị na-ayọ nna biko enyanyi Biafra nwantinta oge. Enyanyi Biafra nwa obere oge anyị eme ya ka London ma enyanyi Biafra nwantinta oge. Enyanyi Biafra nwa obere oge anyị eme ya ka UK enyanyi Biafra nwa obere oge. This is the things that we are singing. We are dancing on the streets and asking the world, give us our freedom, give us our mandate, liberate us. We are doing this with empty hand before the lawless country decide to carry their army, who has never fought in any war, to attack us. Before they decided that they will be coming to our house by Obasanjo calling the zoo and tell them, give them money, they will be killing themselves. They will be bringing themselves out. This is how it started. All this that we are doing back then in 2017, 2018, 2019, all this that we did in 2015, 2014, do we carry gun? Do we carry any arm on our hand? No. Very peaceful. At a time, we find out that having gun that's carrying only whistle, marching on the street, that we are endangering our life. That with this, we have found out that the world don't want us to live because the surviving of the world, the authorities of the world, majority of them, they are getting what they use to survive in our land, and they don't want us to survive. And also, they see us as one of the smartest people in the world. And they know that if they free us, they are going to experience another Japan. They are going to experience another China. They decide to say no to us. They say that they are going to see another America. They are going to see another Dubai here. And they said, no, we will not accommodate them. We will not allow them to beat us hands down because UK knows that Biafra is going to expose all their evil plan and all the things they did to us and what they are doing to the world. And all this make them to say no to us. Then When Nnamdi Kanu said that we need to be prepared more than where we are before, I also carry my mind goes to what makes Ojukwu to lose the war is because Ojukwu did not prepare very well before he go into the war. What do I simply mean? I mean, there is no lobby firm here and there. There is no alliance with some Africans before he now go into the war. It's when the war is going on that some Africans start showing sympathy on us. Start to let us to know that, hey, we love these people. Why are they doing them like that? Countries like Ivory Coast and some of them. Those things that make Ojukwu to lose the war is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked, that we should be more prepared, more than where we are before. Now, if someone asks you, are we prepared? What is the answer? The answer is capital yes, that we are more prepared now, more than where we are before. We want people to understand things that we have prepared. We have prepared government in exile, which we did not have in time of Ojukwu and even Owazurike. We have prepared de facto government in homeland more than the way it is in the time of Owazurike and time of Ojukwu. We have prepared our army, our foot armies on ground and keep them. We also, even as we never have anything like fight jet, we have prepared them in advance and keep them. We have prepared those who will be on our borders and keep them. We have prepared those who are going to be on the sea. We have prepared them and keep them be waiting. We have prepared world lobby firms in higher level of America in Washington, D.C. We have prepared our own platform that we are going to be using to say things that makes Ojukwu to lose the war. We have also prepared for Finland government to know that PM Simon Ekpa is leading Biafra government, not an organization of IPOB. That he is not a leader of IPOB. These things that have been prepared more than where we are before. Do you see how I sing to you the way we are singing on the street then and dancing and be blowing our whistle and be marching? Yeah. When we are singing, don't call me rebel, Nigeria soldier, don't call me rebel, I'm a citizen and you are a foreigner. This is who we are. We have done all these things and we left them behind. And we have prepared with another dimension of sit in your house. If you are a Biafran, that nobody will come to your house and kill you. Nobody will come to your house and dealt with you, except that they have prepared themselves and give some of Judas Ifajuna in the midst of false money to be pointing hand with one another. When Ojukwu fight war, there is no Ebubago, there is no vigilante.
Yes.
But they have recruited all these things in the midst of force to use them and suppress us and kill
Absolutely.
us. While we have prepared ourselves to sit in our room. When COVID-19 prepared the world for them to go in for 3 months, those who are clamoring for only one day sit at home, while we stay for 3 months, every day, every week, week in, week out, without going to work or doing anything, until when we see that the air has been cleared, they will now come out. You are sitting at home along we will prepare ourselves more than we are before. Because when you are doing the same thing often and on, and it's not giving you a result, you need to change. That is why we change to be using what? Sit at home willingly. Nobody forces us. Today, to prove that we are prepared more than the way we are before, our people are sitting at home in the homeland. Even some of us in the diaspora even sit at home on Mondays to make sure that what we are saying is what we are doing. And this time around, it's not by talking cho, but it's taking the action to the nearest door, to the next level. Our Obato dear Simon Ekpa, who has come to prepare us more than where we are before, is simply what Nnamdi Kanu said again, that he has come to bring a new dimension. Check all these errats, all these Abakra Timbom, research card media warriors of the of a DOS Nigeria company. Have any of them engaged anybody? And the Nnamdi Kanu encouraged them and said, yes, you have done very well. None of them. Starting from Uchemefo down to madman in South Africa, Ken Guruhago. A dog who vomits and go back, and it is his vomit. Has any of them engaged any person on social media since we ever know? No. Have they even organized anything in the country where they are and people answered them? The answer is no. A man who knows his standard, who knows in and out law, who is a military personnel, a reserve military personnel, a sniper man, specialist on a sniper, has come, and who also have an office in Finland, a law firm where he's practicing and that is working. He is also a politician who has tested all these things and said, I want to fight my freedom. And then think that he don't know the way or how he wants it to become. It's only those who did not understand that the spiritual control the physical manifested in human being when spiritual controls you. When the spiritual controls Simon Ekpa, he manifested on him to start agitating for Biafra. He manifested at him to form Biafra Liberation Army. He manifested at him for him to get Biafra government in exile. He manifested in him for him to go and get lobby firms in America, in places he thinks. He manifested him for him to start opening licensing offices here and there. When a spirit is working with you, you will be doing the doing, not saying the saying. Because many promises from our mouth has never been fulfilled. But the promises of those who believe in God and those whose spirits controls manifested. That is why Christ, when the Holy Ghost Spirit arrested him, he manifested that he will come and die for us to live. Our people say that he who laughed last laughed the best. We are on the last of the road. We have come to the end of the road by all social media talking about Biafra freely without you giving them money to talk maybe 1 hour or 2 hours and ask them how much are we going to pay you. Are we paying all these social media who is talking about us now? Are we paying them? The answer is no. They are doing it freely from us because the spiritual has controlled the physical. And they manifested for them to start talking, even if they think that their propaganda is what they can do. That is why Albert Obie said, no power yes. Awo na chuzo se joru iju weba owewike force amagba jiro ru ahụ na-eje. Our prime minister Biafrans must understand, even if he is in detention, he is there for international detention, not on local detention like zoo place. Let's put it in that way, assuming. That is why if you understand that word, that he's on international assignment. Do you know that this movement as EU, UN, all of them now knows that Biafra people are doing something. If Mazi Simon Ekpa, like they said, is that he's citing terrorism and the 4 people are funding him, how many people who are in US town hall meeting yesterday are there 4 people? There are not 4 people. The fundraising on Saturday, there are not 4 people. Akwa Ibom fundraising, are there 4 people? They are not 4 people. That is how you will know that we have prepared more than the way we are before, because we know where we are going and where we are coming from. So our people, in Igbo language, they said, "Nwata choba nke ya si akpụ ya." In a house, you have 3 boys that bear the same father. Once they grow up, that their father will give them their own private land. Even if the father shares land sometimes, there is a problem only that they share their father's land. Talk less of fighting for freedom. Those that their father departed, the enemies of the family will come. They will cite these 3 boys one after the other. You now have a 3-party in that house. And those who supported me will be backing me up, whether truth or false. So those who have supported the zoo, and out of these 3 child in that house, these 3 young people in that house, one must stand at the right side, and he is the one he is going to have a few people who will support him, because those who are saying truth in the world, there are very few people who stand on the truth. Look at the house today. IPOB Nigeria government, and the government in exile. We stand firm because we are saying the truth, and nobody like us. So I want people to understand, in conclusion, that whatever that is happening now has been destined by spiritual, that Nnamdi Kanu will be arrested, will be kidnapped. Simon will be invited by Finnish authority at the highest level. That is to show that we have prepared more than where we are before. So no surrender, no retreat. If they don't take time, sit at home, we will call 2 times in a week for them to know how prepared we are. As we are moving inside our convention, those on the ground should prepare their mind to know that things might change. You might hear sit at home again to show the world that what we are saying is what we are doing, that we may not want to exit. As the convention goes on, you might hear it at home. So when you prepare yourself, so when you hear it, you know that things has start happening. Mental toughness is the only language all Biafra have to have in their brain right now for us to conquer in little time and bring all the nonsense, all the propagandas, all the lies, all the things that all the criminal Nigerian government has done on us down. So please stand firm. Do not panic. Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile and the de facto government in the whole land, has stand firm, and he said, "I have come to be the end of all these bad things that is happening." Support him by your fundraising, support him by your prayers, support this government with everything you have. You will never regret it. I want to stop here for now.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for your amazing, amazing contribution. You have spoken well, and I believe you have given a light on so many issues, and Biafrans are following up and also enjoying what you have said. I appreciate you so much, as always. You are one of the people that are making a very good impact and speaking to Biafrans, which is what we are supposed to do. Every one of us, we are in the media. We are only here to speak to Biafrans and let them know what they should know. Today is sit at home. Today, the sit at home continues. Sit at home is not negotiable. It is not negotiable. This is something that the Biafra people have agreed on. They have agreed on. Every one of us signed up to it. It is a resolution that we have always reached. And there is nothing anybody can do about it. Don't begin to ask, is it happening or is not? It is happening. It's even much more serious now than ever. So don't go and deceive yourself and put yourself in harm's way. That is why we are coming online on a daily basis to remind you, because your life is very important. The primary objective of the Biafran government is to protect life and property of Biafran people. That is the primary objectives. And this is the only thing we are fighting for. One comment just caught my attention now. Somebody just wrote a comment, say, Finnish local investigators. Finnish local investigators say PM Simon Ekpa has nothing to do with terrorism. PM Simon Ekpa leads Biafra government through de facto government in the homeland. That is the absolute truth. This is the absolute truth. That we have said it time and time again that our prime minister is only there to represent us and also generate a very solid document, just like he told us that the declaration of recognition of the declaration of restoration of Biafra is going to happen on the 2nd. It is to generate official documents for the restoration of Biafra, because for the world to recognize it, for countries of the world to recognize it, for international community to recognize it, for big organizations to recognize you, there must be a legal document. It is not just in word, just like my brother was saying. Just like my brother was saying, there was a time of evangelism when we come, we sing song, we carry flag, we walk around. They saw all that, but that is not enough. That is not enough. We are talking of having a country that we compete with other nations. It is not a village group, a village meeting, or age grade meeting. It is not a community meeting. It is not an organization. We have crossed that stage of organization. That is why we have entered into a stage of generating a legitimate documents that you can present in an organization. If you can shout, I want Biafra, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, shouting for 1,000 years, it is not going to yield fruit. I can come here and talk and shout for 1,000 years. Nothing is going to happen except you present a legal document to show what you are talking about. And that is where we are today. Every single thing that is happening today is leading to generating of a legal document to support the Biafran government, our prime minister, and the restoration of Biafra. Just like when we are talking about the self-referendum. Self-referendum that we have conducted itself long time ago, even while Mazin Nani was around. Everybody knows today that the Biafran people, more than 90% of Biafran people want to go home. We say it, we sing it, a song. The world no, but the world cannot work based on your emotions or what you think. You have to make it legal. You have to provide a document. When you are asked, how many people are supporting you? You present a document. You don't just tell us, oh, look at this, look at. They will look, they see it, but they need a document to back it up. That is how the world works. And that is where our Prime Minister has used the master experience, has used his wisdom to outsmart the Nigerian government by conducting the self-referendum. Today, we have more than 50 million people, casting their votes, saying, we want to leave the Zoological Republic government and we want you, the Biafran government, to pursue the self-determination of the Biafran people and walk out of the zoo. Today, it is a document. So today, when you ask us, how many people are supporting? Why are you talking? Some will say it's only people in the diaspora. Some will say only people in the whole land. Some will say only 50 people. We don't have to drag with you. When we go to the United Nations, to international committees of the countries where we have elected offices, we present the self-referendum result. You will see the self-referendum result, a legal document. It was done on the ground. It was done online. It has been legalized, and people have recognized it. Organizations have recognized it, and we show you evidence how it was conducted. You will see it. If you now feel that you won't want to go through that, you want to conduct yours, good luck. Good luck. We will supervise you to conduct a referendum, and I bet you are going to get even much more than best result that you can ever imagine. Because there are so many people who we are supposed to vote that have not yet voted. They have the opportunity to vote. But as we stand, more than 50 million people have already casted a vote. And for you to take us to back down, for you to make us to back down or tell us to back down, you must have more than 50 million people. For you to make us today to say we no longer want to talk about Biafra, for you to make us to relax and say we can no longer declare Biafra, you must present more than 50 million people who have voted. And you can see that that is already impossible. Because with the number we have today, it is above 70% of Biafrans. So whatever votes you're going to get today should be below 30%. Now you understand, when we are talking about having a legitimate and legal documents backing up the restoration of Biafra and the Biafran government, that is one of the major roles we play. And you want to see it when we talk about the taking over of Biafran land by the de facto government and the government of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa to the seat at home. We will show you the seat at home every Monday like today as we are talking. If you are an investigative journalist, fly into Biafra land, go and see things for yourself. Go and ask questions. With what you are seeing today, when we show you the civil disobedience of the Biafran people, we show you a document to back it up. Everything we say, we show you a document to back it up. And today, on the 2nd of December, Biafrans will put their signature down. Signature. You see people signing their signature and said that Biafra will be crossed. And in that signature signing, many people, every state of Biafra is going to be represented. Inside the 40 states in Biafra land, every state will be represented with a signature. Every state and region will be represented with a signature. And it will become a legal document that can be presented anywhere. Our passport is going to be unveiled for the very first time. Our ID card will be issued for the very first time. The Ejema will be officially unveiled. Both the paper currency will be unveiled and we will see it. The zoo know that the end have come. And they know the effect of this convention that is coming from the 29th of this month up until the 3rd of December. They know what is coming and they cannot handle their fears. They are so scared. They are very afraid and they don't know what to do. They are running from pillar to pole. They are pushing helter-skelter. They are running and running and running and they don't know what to do. They have seen that propaganda will not stop us. And you heard our COS on the very video I played for you. Heard the COS was saying there that we cannot stop. The COS is giving assurance and giving on that expo that everything and step that need to be taken to restore Biafra is in place. And there is nothing any human being can do to make us go back or say we are no longer moving forward. No. The more they continue to make us slow down, the more they give us reason to fight more. The more they try to distract us, the more they give us reason to fight more. Nothing on the planet Earth. You can continue to push your propaganda against our Prime Minister. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic of Nigeria is standing on a solid ground, and there is nothing any human being can do to distract him or to tag him terrorist or whatever. They claim that Mazi Simon Ekpa is killing. But I tell you that somebody have confessed about the killing in Biafra land. We have several evidence about that. There are numerous evidence. And I'm going to play one for you. One of the most popular one. Somebody who was captured, interviewed by their conventional media, and journalists were there. The man confessed and he mentioned names. The people who are perpetrating the evil in Biafra land. The people who are taking innocent life. We have never seen any video where anybody said that Mazi Simon Ekpa sent him to go and take an innocent life. Never ever. There is no video existing anywhere where somebody will say Mazi Simon Ekpa sent him to go and perpetrate evil. Just as that message here said, Mazi Simon Ekpa is in charge of the de facto government in the homeland, and the de facto government is in charge of conducting the administrative affairs of Biafra, and they have never been involved in anything. The evil in Biafra land today is perpetrated by the IPOB Nigeria that have been hijacked, the pressure group, the Ebubago, sponsored by the federal government of Nigeria. They have been captured on several times on video, on kidnapping, on different kinds of missions. Our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa is not the leader of IPOB. Is not the leader of IPOB. He is the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile and de facto government in Homeland. He has nothing to do with your so-called IPOB organization. The IPOB organization, which the Nigerian government want to proscribe, even their case is in the court. The case of IPOB is still in the court. The proscription doesn't stand. The case is in the court, and you cannot say they are proscribed until you finish the case. They are not proscribed. Every country of this world knows that IPOB is not proscribed. But even at that, our Prime Minister is not has never been the leader of IPOB. He has never claimed to be the leader, has never ever at any time claimed to be leader of IPOB. The only thing we know him for is he was the spokesperson for the Biafran people until we graduated and had a government. And today, he is the prime minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile and de facto government in the homeland. Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile and the de facto government in the homeland has nothing whatsoever to do with your IPOB Nigeria as a political pressure group. So don't get it mixed up. Now, I want you to watch this video. For those of you who are accusing Mazi Simon Ekpa of killing, you are accusing Mazi Simon Ekpa of buying people. I want you to watch this video closely. Watch it.
Camp. Tell us, where do you guys camp? Our camp is there for back of that police station for Fafata, but how long now? Since 6 or 7 months, we don't have any camp now.
So they just
why?
Why not get camp?
Because of Iran. Police, they find me.
Okay, that is it. The way they kill that time. Your men follow now. How will I kill them?
Yes, now my men will go Holland. The person will shoot the heads and a free man. Free man with the sky and the number 1.
Who they sponsor you?
Now China Sanworu.
From where? Where is it from?
In that blood.
Where are you from?
Where are you from?
Me.
No,
yes, the Chinasa.
Chinasa. I just know as a US commander.
US commander for what?
Now? From ESN.
So how long has this been sponsoring you guys?
Getting to 2 years now.
Him and who?
Him with OK Foreign.
To carry out activities in Imo State.
Sir?
To carry out activities in Imo State. Yes. He sponsors you people to carry out.
Yes, sir.
So
yes,
which
sir.
other people where they follow Chinasa they sponsor?
Only OK Foreign with the Chinasa where they sponsor us for blood. The other man for village here now, Italy's Awonesi.
From where? So which reason is it giving you? Which reason is it giving you guys to go and attack all this place?
Chinasa the reason when they tell us, they say this is Babago people.
Did you hear the testimony of this guy? You heard the testimony. If you look closely, you can see the media people interview him. NTA is there. Channel Television is there. TVC is there. Arise TV, all this media television, they are there. They saw a man confessing to a crime and mentioned a name. China Samoru, DOS. You heard him mention it there. And yet, the government of Nigeria never want to talk about this issue. They never want to look towards that direction. They never want to ask them. Even the guy initially, he confessed that they have their camp at the back of police station. Can you imagine a terrorist group or an agitator having a camp at the back of a police station? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a criminal gang or any group at all, a non-state actor having a camp at the back of a police station? Can you imagine that? Can you just think about that? This is a testimony before them, but yet none of them is paying attention. You have never seen them call out the sponsor of these people. Have you ever seen in any place, all these media stations were there, they were there interviewing this guy, but you can never see them go to their platform and talk about this info that this people are presenting. Instead, they are talking about Mazi Simon Ekpa, who have a structured government, who rolled out a structured government, rolled out the Liberation Army of Biafra under his command. And every time the Liberation Army, his direct instruction is that any terrorist in Biafran territory, whether in uniform or off uniform, take them out. He has given them warning. If you are representing the zoo in Biafran territory, you are a terrorist. And he has a reason to back it up, because before your own very eyes, we see the Nigerian government recruit terrorists in thousands into their military. After recruitment, we see them celebrate, we see them in public, they announce it, and they push them down to Biafra land. And what do you see? Burning the house of the innocent people, killing innocent people, destroying lives at all times. And he said enough is enough. As a prime minister of a government, he has that objective. It is his primary responsibility to protect the life and property of his own people in his region. and the Liberation Army of Biafra have been doing that effectively in Biafra territory. Even before then, he gave time. And he said, if you know you are serving the zoo in Biafra territory, leave Biafra territory. Leave. Biafran people have voted the vote of no confidence in all officials of the Nigerian government in Biafran territory. Biafran cast a vote of no confidence on them and told them to leave. They refused. And they continue to perpetrate havoc. We have video evidence of the evil they perpetrated in Biafra. We have the video evidence of loss of life. We saw when they took the life of 7 men who were conducting marriage in Imo State. 7 boys, young boys who went for marriage ceremony. In marriage ceremony, they came there and they took their life. Tell me, in a place where people are doing marriage, how does that translate to a camp, to any group? They went there and they took innocent life. There have been several occasions. I said, Biafrans across Southeast have protested and said, we do not want this, their criminal security outfit they form to intimidate, to take life, to extort people, to kidnap. Even in their House of Assembly Senate, some of their senators have come out. When it affected them, they came out and cried out that Ebubago should be banned. And yet, because they are being sponsored and organized and formed by the government of Nigeria, they never listen to that. What some of them did today was to change their name. Like Soludo changed their name and called them AVG. Just of recent, you saw the Anambra people rising up against the so-called AVG, and they brought many of them down. Now, you are going to tell me that it is Master Simon that told them to go and do that. When the people have had enough, when the people have had enough of the intimidation, you saw it on video, the video came out, everybody saw it. People rose up because of the intimidation of this very security outfit formed by this government to intimidate the people, to extort money from the people. The people of Anambra State said they had it enough, and there was a very big chaos between them and the people. And the people fought against them, and many of them went down. In that very video, many of us saw it. They were pursuing a tanker driver, chasing a tanker driver to collect money by force. While they were busy chasing the man, they chased the man and maybe the car fell, break or whatever, and they run over some people and people died. And the people got angry. And people got angry because it is not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, and it's not going to stop. The people reacted and brought many of them down. Brought many of them down in broad daylight. Now, are you going to tell me that it is Master Simon that sent them? Or you're going to tell me that Biafrans are killing Biafrans? Is that what you're going to tell me? When you know that the people who are orchestrating the very, who are creating the insecurity are the people who are sponsored by the federal government of Nigeria in Biafran territory, and the governors are playing along with them, they don't care. You want us to fold our hand and pretend it's not happening. We will not fold our hand. We will continue to speak until our voice is being heard. It doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter how you think. If you like, you want to cry, cry. If you want to die, we owe nobody any apology. Our only destination is Biafra. It doesn't matter what you think. And I tell you, we will not stop until Biafra comes. If you want to hear it now. We will not stop.
And we are not going to stop. I want the world to understand me very clearly. We are not going to stop. It doesn't matter what it takes. It doesn't matter how many lives they extinguish. It doesn't matter the genocidal tendencies they bring with them into our land. We are not going to stop. Everybody listening, everybody watching, everybody remotely interested in justice and peace must understand this. Our destination is freedom, and that very place we're heading to is Biafra. And nobody, no soul on this earth can stop us. Instead of Biafra not to come, we all perish. I want our adversaries, our enemies to understand this very, very clearly. We are not going to retreat, not one iota, not 1 inch, because Biafra must come. Because the hatred have continued to this very day. As I'm speaking and addressing all of you right now, they are still arresting, extrajudicially murdering people in our land, people who are alien to our culture, our way of life, our tradition. They are in our land directing their people to slaughter, to kill without mercy. Unfortunately, those we regard as political leaders have connived with these people to ensure the decimation of their own population. That is the type of nonsense we can no longer condone. As you all know, there is no significant Fulani presence in our land because our fathers taught us how to fight. And we are doing so today without apologies to any idiot. We're not going to apologize because we have been apologizing for nearly 50 years. And we have not gotten anywhere in terms of our collective advancement and development in the damnable zoological republic called Nigeria. That is why we must know what we're doing. And that is why anybody who is remotely interested in the affairs of our people must understand this, that we are determined, doubly determined. 50 years, or should I say 54 years is a very long time, and 51 years since the end of the war. But now that we have come, or should I say now that God Almighty in heaven has determined that we should come, we are not going to relent. We are not going to do anything whatsoever to jeopardize the sanctity and the holiness of this very mission. We love our people. We love every ethnic nationality that makes up Nigeria as it is presently constituted. We have no hatred towards anybody. We love peace. We love life. We love the progress of other people. But we are in a country where people hate us for no reason, where people despise us for no reason, and we can no longer go on apologizing. And Nigeria as
my supporters, Biafrans in the United States,
as a continent, must acknowledge the same way they acknowledge the genocide in Rwanda, they must rise up to acknowledge the genocide in Biafra land, or else there will be no peace nor development in the whole of Africa. And I'm not saying it apologetically. I am stating a fact that ought to be forcefully demanded for. And the Biafra itself must be restored. For those.
Did you hear our Supreme Nnamdi Kanu that Biafra must, it is a must. It is not maybe, it is a must. It's a task that must be done. The restoration of Biafra is a must, not maybe. For some of you who think, oh, it is not maybe, it is a must. It must be restored, whether the enemy like it or not, whether they like it. It doesn't matter how they think about it. It doesn't matter how they feel. It must be restored, and it is a must. My fellow Biafrans, let us have a very short break and come back.
Oshekure, onana otare e Biafra.
Urubome avovo we javani yanine upole onigede o miragwa Simon Ekpa Ujoku Biafra le amleta na mane vie kede tane ki devo la mane ko dio la mane na I Biafra o wono di olon ile enere ombi kilo miragwa Simon Ekpa owo tane o yikari ha vo urabani o yo miragwa amleta na oswe I Biafra o ekotori noko ehana lakaburina ehana obi Finland ayakada he ehana were ede ujegbirini le mena upovo ridwe edera eme abi kuive ehana na obodigo idonole oyibo ametane anye akameta na woki pole ike vikpalbo ovehana opolo esosolo ke me soso vere hana akake John oyibo sene $10,000 then okolive akake $5,000 okolera akake $2,000 hali Biafra na ubodele haramleta na eko kokigo pone Biafra na waivo vielana pena sawo mrigo wobe Biafra ekotolole rameta na oka neravani pona jobi o mabe ravani so bitu awan je petane wejavani kubokugbe urubovona bena awan meta na Biafra isewo mu urubo ovovo wado
isoko wado mana wado wade Hijajo roto no betero mavia evenube na 2024 eva ede udegbo izi eva amara kpegbovo bifio edesa eva amara kpegbive ehanana oyo odibo n'oge no vizi roru fo maro somai baho emi Biafra na mabetemerie na re manigbo in Nigeria na ona oro maroviano na wako magbe re majeve hana owo ezaro no obetero mavia eva ezaro na owo no barobo atekeo igo ere ibo na se dollar na wote ku magbe ehana na otiwo makowe worede uvenana ori uvenana re woko magbe re abeteza ezaro na ovetegwo agogo somai ovetegwo uzuazo somai keme mate ufo mamino matigbe brenu matigbe viovio jaha ere atane mevo wa ko magbe wade ijo isoko wado. Every day we dey pray to Chukwu kika biama say make we win oh to them you win we know you win for Biafra we know Raffle draw we know in Finland we know in for Biafra we know Raffle draw we know Bafra, Raffle jingle, my people, follow who no road. His Excellency Simon Ekpanjoku, na him they carry us enter Biafra. He they play the show, no be lie. The good guy, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government, in exile, went there for Obodo Yibo, Finland. With him government, na him they do the wonder. Say make you join, follow up, he go sweet you for body. Freedom today, better for you. And your picking them, I dey tell you, you can't still bring ogbonge raffle draw with big money when you go win. I dey tell you, no be lie. Starting from on the 29th of November, go reach December 3rd. Now this thing they happen 2024. And make I shock you, the money, it makes sense well. $20 and total winning prize $10,000. A first prize $5,000, third prize $2,000. Bafra, no sit down, sit down look na dog name. They want from here gather money to build Biafra where you they cry for sins. You go also win too, no play.
After this particular December 2nd, nobody will fight for Biafra again. Biafra will be free. And we are going to hand over freedom to our children. And our unborn generation will enjoy what we have fought and what we are doing today. Do not shake. Do not panic. December 2nd, Biafra freedom will be handed over to us, both in the spirit and in physical. Founder of the Boko Haram, who is the current vice president of Nigeria, meeting with my president, which I know very well personally, Alexander Stubb. One thing everybody should know is that we are a country of rule of law. The president of Finland is not there at the United Nations to discuss Simon Ekpa, so he will not give that attention to them. That's number one. And because Nigeria is a very stupid country, ruled by foolish people, ruled by criminals, they don't know what is called rule of law. They don't understand where their boundary ends as leaders, as they address themselves. So they may go there and with the motive of telling President Stubb that, oh, what are you going to do to that Simon Ekpa? You know? So, of course, Stubb will never ever respond and answer them. That is, just take it from me. So what they did was to come and say they are soliciting for Finland support. Is it Finland that is the only country that came to the United Nations that they have singled out Finland to give Finland support? You know, I look at them and I laugh. What about their godfather, United Kingdom? What about the other countries? What about the other brothers that are fighting against Israel? They have not approached them. The man is going to France every second week, and he's very good with the French president. Why did they not mention France? Why on all the countries in this world, these criminals and terrorists did not see any country worthy? They are telling you, they just want to use it to do media propaganda in Nigeria, nothing else. You know, they will say, let us go there and take pictures with Stubb, and then we use it to do propaganda so that they will know whether Simon Ekpa will run away. I live here for many years. I have known Stubb for many, many years. You know, so it's not about even knowing Stubb, Mr. President, but it's about following the rule of law.
I have not done anything wrong. What I'm doing is right. And I will stand my ground anywhere, any day to defend whatever I'm doing today for the freedom of my people.
Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and the Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and the Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be. I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and the Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
You have heard the Prime Minister. It's a clear statement, and I want you to go home with that. Very, very important. You must know that the man who is piloting the affair of Biafra is well equipped, more than qualified for the job. Don't exercise any fear towards him. Master Simon Ekpa has what it takes to take us to the promised land. It's not like those who say that they don't have what it takes, who have confessed and yet they don't want to give way and allow those who are qualified to do the job. But for us, we don't care what they do. They cannot distract us, and we cannot give them those chances to distract. The only assignment you have today as a Biafran is to continue to pray for the Biafran restoration. Pray for our convention that is coming up from 29th to the 3rd of December. Pray for the successful journey of Biafrans who are already flying into Finland. Biafrans are already flying in. Finland is already bubbling. And this week, many people are going to be in Finland. Pray for their successful trip. Pray for our Prime Minister for more strength, more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding. Pray for Nnamdi Kanu for divine strength, for divine wisdom, for guidance, protection from Chukwu. Pray. Pray as much as you can. The time of the battle has come. The only thing they are trying to do is to see that Biafra restoration is not declared. But I bet you they cannot stop us. It doesn't matter how they try. They will never, ever stop us. And before I end this very message, I want to bring back the message of our COS for you to hear and know that we are connected. Everything remains the same. Nothing has changed. Instead of things changing, it is becoming much more tough. And I tell them, the greatest mistake they can make is to delay our Prime Minister. If you delay him more, you are going to unleash a vampire that you cannot be able to control. Some of you think that Master Simon Ekpa is tough. You think that Master Simon Ekpa is harsh. You haven't seen nothing yet. Master Simon Ekpa is calming so many people down. The liberation of the army of Biafra is being calmed down by Master Simon Ekpa. And we pray that he's going to join us very soon as we walk into the declaration of Biafra on the 2nd of December. Sit at home continues today. Biafra land is under lock and key. And I believe the Biafrans are responding in huge number. We have 5 days more to go. We have only 5 days to go. In that 5 days, do not allow yourself to get into trouble. Do not allow yourself to be deceived. Do not get yourself involved in anything that is not lawful. Do not put yourself in harm's way. The enemies are going to try. They are going to quake. They are going to come from different directions. But I urge you in the name of Chukwu, try as much as you can to do your part. Try as much as you can to be consistent. Try as much as you can to do what you are supposed to do as a Biafran. If you are a Biafran and you are qualified to be in Finland, don't wait. Your safe journey is guaranteed, and your safety and security in Finland is guaranteed. The Biafran government have already released a speech that our arrival in Finland is going to be very, very gracious. They are waiting for us to receive us, and nothing is going to stop it. Your security is guaranteed. Do not have any fear. It is once in a lifetime journey. It is not going to happen again. The declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra is going to happen on the 2nd of December 2024. And we expect that our lawyers will do the needful. We expect that the Finland government will do the needful and allow our Prime Minister to grace that occasion that is very dear to his heart. We are going to do everything possible. The government is already doing everything humanly possible to see that our Prime Minister grace that occasion. The declaration of Biafra can never, ever stop. It continues and all plans remain the same. As we are ending this program, I'm going to play the speech of our COS for you to now get a clue more and go with that strong spirit. That spirit of Biafra, let it possess you as you listen before we end this program. Let's watch.
Full-fledged country. We conducted our referendum where over 50 million Biafrans have voted for the independent state of Biafra. We've conducted different topics, we did a Twitter poll where 98% of Biafrans want to exit Nigeria because Nigeria is a killing ground. No sensible person in the world, no sane leader, no individual that has his or her honest right will ever support the existence of a killing ground called Nigeria, where people are killed in their thousands every single day. No sane leader will support that. So anything that Nigerian government is doing, anything the local Finland authorities is doing, I want to assure them that inviting our Prime Minister or delaying him or making him not to be part of the Finland Convention, which he holds dear to his heart, that will not stop nothing. We are the people. The power belongs to us. The laws of self-determination allow us to rule ourselves, to determine who is going to be our leader. And Biafrans have done that clearly over the past 2 years after they kidnapped and renditioned our leader, Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. He is right now in Nigeria DSS dungeon. They did that because they think that when they take our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, there will be nothing about Biafra anymore. That was their wish. That was their thoughts. And now they are partnering with the local authorities in Finland to invite our Prime Minister to disrupt our Finland Convention. And let me ask everyone listening to me, if the rendition of our leader Nnamdi Kanu to Nigeria, if that didn't work, what made Nigerian government think that inviting someone ever by the local police in Finland will work? They know it's not going to work. It's even going to get worse. It's going to get more brutal because we are determined for Biafra restoration. Nobody can stop that. We are all aware that all these are all the crooks perpetuated by the Nigerian government to disrupt what we are doing. And I want to ask Biafrans, before I finalize my talk, let me ask you, when has self-determination, when has the right of a people to rule themselves, when has it become a crime? Where has it become terrorism? The world watches. Biafrans, every weekend, we have to raise money. The reason we raise money is because Nigerian government uses reintegrated terrorists to continue to kill our people. They make our youth disappear forcefully. People are taken away from Biafra land and they dump them in prisons in the north, in the west. No, without any justice, without any lawyer. Our leader Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya by the same Nigerian government, by the same people that went to complain to the local authorities in Finland about our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Our leader was renditioned from Kenya. United Nations set up a committee and told Nigerian government to release our leader Nnamdi Kanu. They refused to do that. 3 law courts in Nigeria has told Nigerian Tinubu government to release Nnamdi Kanu. The terrorist government run by Nigeria refused to release him. And now they think without releasing Nnamdi Kanu, if they incarcerate our PM briefly, that is going to make any change. Just think their major reason is to make sure that we take away our PM Simon Ekpa briefly, and then there will be no declaration of Biafra. Hell, oh my goodness. If they know how Biafrans are prepared this time, they will just leave our leader within the next 30 minutes. Because what is coming both to Nigeria and to any international country that participates, become part of anything to disrupt the restoration of Biafra, they will get themselves killed. On that note, I thank Biafrans. I want to let you all know our PM is hale and hearty. It is just a brief disruption to our plans, which is not going to affect anything in any way. I want all the 40 states of Biafra to be resolute, more than ever at this time. The Biafran Liberation Army, our Biafra Defense Forces, now is the time to be more resolute. Our PM has given instruction. Any terrorist in Nigeria, any Nigerian military, Nigerian police, Nigerian Air Force, anything wearing Nigerian uniform inside Biafra land, they are the reintegrated terrorists that Nigeria want to use to kill and stop Biafra. So the Biafra Defense Forces, from this moment, you must increase whatever you have been doing. This is the time to increase it towards our final restoration. Our demands are very, very clear. Remove all the terrorists wearing Nigerian military and police uniform in Biafra land. Secondly, release our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Again, whatever investigation you are doing with our Prime Minister, you need to release him ASAP, because what he is doing is saving our lives. We must be alive for our freedom. So anything, anybody, all the terrorists in Biafra land, from this moment, just be aware that the forces we are going to release as a government from today is going to be very, very deadly. Because you cannot come to our land, kill us, and then go free. We must defend ourselves. This order is from our PM. Nobody can stop that. What we are doing is what United Nations has given us the right to do, the right to self-determination. Nobody can take that away from us. We have met all the criteria to be a nation. We have a geographical area. We have the 40 states in Biafra with all the administrators in charge in homeland. We have created alliances with nations. We have lobbies that are working for us. We've met all the criteria as a nation. They killed us before, between 1967 and 1970. After the war, they gave all Biafrans only 20 pounds, regardless of how much you have in your bank account. Some Biafrans have millions of dollars, millions of pounds in their account. They gave Biafrans, every single Biafran, only 20 pounds after the war. And what has that 20 pounds done? That 20 pounds have made Biafrans all over the world the best in what they do. So nobody can stop that. And our declaration will happen in Finland between November 29th and December 3rd, 2024. nothing shakes, nothing moves. We must restore Biafra by 2nd December. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, my fellow Biafrans. You have heard the speech of the COS, and we are going to close with that very speech. I have nothing more to say. Stay safe and stay at home. Always be focused. Nothing changes, nothing moves, and nothing stops the declaration of the Restoration of Biafra. Our convention is going to commence on the 29th of this month. I am going to stream it here live. I will be bringing you the streaming live on this very platform. For those who are not going to be in Finland, if you are not going to be in Finland, make sure you connect to this very channel from 29th till the top. We will bring all the activities and you are going to see them. My fellow Biafrans, continue to pray for the Liberation Army, continue to pray for our Prime Minister, pray for our Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Continue to make your contributions and support the restoration of Biafra any way you can. It is very important. We have no other hope, no other strength, no other pillar anywhere except what we do today. And we must continue until Biafra comes. I appreciate every one of you that have been part of this program. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect every one of us. If you have not yet shared this program, I wonder the kind of Biafran you are. If you have not yet shared this program, I wonder what you are waiting for. Like and share. Don't keep the message to yourself. Every one of us is part of this evangelism, and we are supposed to take it to the highest level. Like, share, subscribe. Whether you are watching us on TikTok or you're watching on Facebook, share it and show like to the program. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will see you again in the evening on Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV. If you have time, join me this evening on Biafra Exodus Hard Talk TV. I'm going to be there to have a program. Or else, you join me again here, same time tomorrow. Thank you so much for being part of this program. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect every Biafran, guide and protect the Liberation Army, the Resistance Fighter, the Strike Force, the Black Marine, guide and protect every member of the federal government, guide and protect all our media warriors and their families, all our presenters on different platforms, guide and protect every member of the Biafran government. At this time, they need wisdom. May Chukwu Okike grant all of us wisdom, grant them wisdom, knowledge, understanding. We pray for our Prime Minister, for strength, for more wisdom, for revelations, that Chukwu Okike give him wisdom of 2,000 men. Let the way be easy for him. I pray for my Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu, for good health, for strength, for healing. Pray for revelations. We pray that wherever he is, that Chukwu Okike will come to strengthen him. Thank you so much for being with us on this platform. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Nnamdi Kanu, shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. Remain blessed and see you again next time. Stay safe.